Good morning, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I keep in the notes pages on the back of my Hobonichi weeks. So if you're interested in seeing what I put back here, please keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so while I'm zoomed out, I'm going to start with this one, this Hobonichi weeks. This is my everyday carry. This is my 2021 spring Hobonichi weeks. If you had seen in my previous video, this Hobonichi weeks was initially dedicated to my work. So in the back here, in the notes pages, I never really kind of sectioned off anything for it. I just was gonna allow myself to use as much as I needed for my work and like meeting notes and things like that. So basically everything back here was kind of done after my work period. So yeah, I kind of showed you, kind of marked out here a little bit so you can see. This is kind of how I structured my meeting notes. I would basically just write the date and what the meeting was about or what I wanted right there. So it could be a checklist or kind of to-do list and things like that. So in this case it was a meeting, and so this is kind of how I would just format my kind of meeting notes, just free-flowing and things like that. So yeah, nothing too special, nothing too beautiful or what is it, like decorated, I mean. Yeah, so basically that's how I've had it really functional for myself. Here on the right, after my work period ended, I kind of made this little divider thing here for myself. So when I flip to the back, this page really kind of sticks out, I guess, or kind of is quite thicker, to kind of show myself where my work stuff ended and, you know, what I'm going to use after. And I really didn't have a plan for it, so I started to illustrate kind of like my work area as I started to declutter it, moving from like a work setup to kind of a stationary hobby setup. I kind of reorganized my things and I kind of illustrated it here. Nothing good or anything like that, but I'm not embarrassed about it either, just kind of showing you. So yeah, after that I made this preview calendar for the Hobonichi launch, or kind of launch countdown, I guess, for September, and this is the month of August if I remember correctly. So I made this calendar here as the kind of preview calendar was counting down, and it looks like this, and yeah, I love it. These little blank spots here, for those of you who are big fans of Hobonichi know that this is when they release the big cover reveals, so the specific covers that would be selling. So for those, I again kind of tried to illustrate what the picture was, or what the cover was, sorry, the date, and then some information for myself, like about either the like the artwork, or just, you know, more about the collaboration, like with Nintendo and stuff like that. So yeah, and so I did that for these pages, and yeah, and then after that I cut out, or actually I went to the lineup reveal event, and you get this pamphlet of all the covers and the prices. So when I went there, I got this pamphlet, and then I cut out the ones that I was most interested in, which are the blue dot ones, and then as the, you know, lineup September 1st, 2nd, 3rd came by, I kind of cut out the ones that were getting sold out. So these are the most popular ones, are the ones in red. So yeah, and it was kind of interesting to see them, you know, what is most popular for the year. And, you know, for myself, like looking back on it, I think it'll be kind of fun to look back and see. I continued onto this page, and then I also, like after the launch, more covers started to sell out, and I no longer had that paper, so I kind of taking note of them, and so many had sold out this year, which is incredible for Hobonichi. So yeah, that's what I use these pages for. I also logged this game that I'm playing with my partner. We just need a few more stars here, and I just thought, like, okay, I'm just gonna take note of it, and, you know, kind of that satisfying filling in a star or something, or filling in like a checkbox or something, can be really motivating. So that's what I did for here. Okay, sorry, just a small transition there. Our garbage came, and they have a nice little jingle and a little like alert that, you know, they're picking up our garbage here. So I needed to pause for a second. But yeah, so this is the gifts pages I have made. Instead of writing things out, I enjoy drawing again, trying to illustrate a little bit more and practice. And so yeah, this is where I'm gonna put my gifts as the holiday season is approaching. And yeah, and here, as you can see on page, it says here 52, I'm gonna be filling out, continuing what I do in my other Hobonichi week. So I'll talk about that more, but the remaining pages of this notes pages will be for the kind of vlogging I do in the other Hobonichi weeks. So yeah, just wanted to kind of show you. Okay, so this Hobonichi weeks, let me zoom in for a second because there's a lot of detail in this part, so yeah. Okay, so here are the notes pages in this Hobonichi weeks. This is a 2017 Hobonichi weeks. Yeah, and I use this one for memory keeping. And again, logging here in the back. Movies, TV shows, games, and tournaments. So yeah, let me just show you. So here it is. Basically, I log every movie and TV show and everything in chronological order, and I make these little squares here and fill in information. Basically, I put title, director, release date, and things I find interesting or I want to know in the future, and a little bit of a description of the movie for myself. And then on here on the left, I have a little square here, and I try to draw the movie poster, and I put the icon. So that's a lot of information. But yeah, why I do this? I do this because me and my partner watch a lot of movies and TV shows together, and I think it's kind of fun to log. And yeah, I do this here because when I flip through it, I like to kind of remember movies and things like that, and instead of like having my phone and have to search the names of it, I have a little explanation here already about what the movie or the TV show was about or what happened in that season, basically. So it's really, really helpful, and I really enjoy like looking through these pages here. And as you can see, I've kind of tried to draw a little poster every time. So so it's really fun to like look through. And yeah, and so when there's like a tournament or something I watch, I put it here as well. But as you can see, I've just been consistently doing it. For TV shows, I put the name, season, episodes, its air date, and then, you know, again, a little description of what happened in that season, if there is anything. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to add. Okay, so here you can kind of see both TV show and movie here. For the TV show, I put, I use this box here in the Hobonichi stencil coupled with this green square here. And I use the dotted lines for the squares and the movie stencil here for the movies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I use these stencils, and then for the coloring, I do use these mild liners. They're gray and this blue. For the blue, I use it for the movie symbol, and for gray for the film symbol. And then this like underline boxes line here that I kind of use to separate the box is also this gray, and the kind of shadowing I do for these images are also in this gray here. So I use this gray quite a lot, and that's all I need to do this, and it's really simple. None of this bulks up my planner, and actually it's kind of unfortunately I haven't been able to use, as my Hobonichi weeks got thicker, I haven't been able to use the left side as effectively. Like when I use my stencils to make the line, it's so hard to kind of go over the edge. Maybe it will, you can see here. Yeah, so you can see here, I've been slowly filling up my Hobonichi weeks, and it's getting so chunky now, so I've had to kind of stop using the left side because, yeah, my lines here at the corner when I do them started to get so, like, it's so much more difficult now to get to this corner. So yeah, so I decided to stop doing that, and as you saw in the other Hobonichi weeks, that I will continue that in the next Hobonichi weeks. So yeah, I actually am so proud of myself. I finished all the way up to page 72 for this year here. And yeah, even though I haven't used the left side for maybe, I don't know, not very many pages I didn't use. Yeah, so from page 59 to 71, so yeah, so maybe, so about 10 pages I haven't used on the left side, and you know, that doesn't bother me at all. I think it was a good choice because it does get frustrating. So yeah. And also one more thing I forgot to say about this kind of logging. I would say it takes up a lot of time. As you can see here in the front, basically I don't like set up this setup so it's like 4 equally spaced. Basically whenever I finish something, I skip 2 squares and I move on to the next one. So that doesn't allow me to kind of prep these squares in advance. So it's actually quite time consuming to draw all these squares like right after I watch something or the day after. And I would recommend that if you are interested in this, either you should make like kind of divide the page into 4 so you don't really cross that line. But again, if you do have the time, you know, this is the way I do it. So yeah, and I kind of like that it doesn't look like the same on the page, like the pages like are kind of dynamic, but at the same time it does take me a long time to sit down, and you know, this is a lot of information to kind of capture, I guess. You know, the director and then the description of the movie and things like that. So if you do enjoy kind of logging things, like this is great. I think it's nice to sit down, watch some YouTube, and then have this kind of, you know, just kind of copy the text in the, you know, description and things like that. But yeah, again, if you're short on time, this is something that can fall behind, especially because I don't really prep things before, so I don't want to lose track of the movies I have seen or the TV shows. But yeah, so that is it for me. I think that's all I put in the notes pages. A little bit more closer look and, you know, explanation of how I use the notes pages in the back. I will be doing a flip through of it at the end of the year, but yeah, this kind of gives you a heads up on how I'm using it, and it's really nothing special. Anyone can do it, and yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share it with everyone. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.